Right, 1949 Frazer. Well, here's a video I probably should have made some time ago, but recently we did some work on this car, and as usual, there was several comments, which I'm happy to have. You know, I think this is actually kind of a fun idea. Let's talk about why I'm not going to paint this car when I have literally a body shop 10 feet in front of it. Why would you not paint such an ugly but otherwise reliable car? Well, let's have a look. And again, totally legit question, and I totally understand why people who are not me might think that it would be a great idea to give this old girl a bit of a splash and a tidy up. Well, let's first address why I would never paint the car properly. And that one's pretty easy, because a proper paint job is essentially a complete restoration. Right? I mean, if you're going to paint a car properly, that means glass, trim, everything's coming off, and it's a complete tear down, and that's just not feasible when I have 4 other vehicles currently in for that same kind of treatment. So, let's discount a proper paint job. And to be fair, that's not what most people are suggesting. Most people are suggesting a cheap splash job. A big part of a decent paint job / restoration is all the trim, and to put dented up moldings and trim back on a car after it's been painted, especially if the paint's half nice, it just looks bad. It just looks like exactly what it is, which is a bad restoration. And I've always, I would much rather have a bad looking original car than a bad looking restored car. And you say, well, just the chrome will probably clean up. Well, let's have a quick look here. And again, this has all happened years before I got the car. This has been torn apart and very badly bubblegum welded back together. So that is essentially kind of wrecked there. A lot of the cast, it's broken here. And this is not the right emblem. I was very happy to get it, but it is for a 47.8, and it's not got the same plinth on it as the correct one would. I still love it, and the car being in this condition means that I can happily put that on there and lose zero sleep over it. So, broken again here. All this stuff, broken, almost impossible to get. Whatever else I might say about this car, I will acknowledge that there's not very many of them left. Even to the point where the grille has been welded to the valence. God knows why, but there it is. Holes have been punched in the bumpers. Ignoring this thing, which I put on because I think it's funny. So the bumpers, certainly there, are no good. The stainless on the side is heavily compromised. Most of this is pretty good. And you could even live with that. The bumpers badly dented up, having been towed around and pushed around. This here is completely wrong. That's all homemade. This is supposed to be a handle that lifts up. There's another extremely rare piece you'd have to try and find. So, to me, just the state of the chrome trim means that a paint job is not just a paint job. You're going to be into it for thousands of dollars just to fix the bumpers and stuff so that it looks presentable. Next would be the number of missing pieces that you would be compelled to find. I do not have any of the correct Frazer hubcaps. That one's for a Kaiser. This one's for a Plymouth. I don't know if I even have 4. That one's also for a Plymouth. And that one's also for a Kaiser. The original hubcaps, probably very rare. And, you'd be compelled to find all that stuff. It's probably supposed to have trim rings on it. I don't have those either. So there you have missing pieces, and the pieces that are there are not great. Stuff like this, well, I put this on. It's just an accessory that was on one of my other cars. It's nothing to do with this car. Ditto these, just for a laugh, just like that. I'm trying to have a little fun here. Trying not to be too serious about this car in particular. Okay, you could say, well, just put a Mr. Splashy Poo on it then, and don't worry about the bumpers and everything else. Let's talk about that then. First off, what color are you even going to paint it? Ignoring that there's no quick way of painting that's going to look good for more than a couple of days. There's no way that this is not all coming out, and that means the headliner's coming out again, and it's not happening. You know, there's a bunch of sweeps missing here. The rubbers are poor. You know, to just do a paint job on top of and leave all that, it's just gonna look like a really bad restoration, which is what it would be. This is like from a truck canopy. The original Frazer stuff was beyond repair. So, keeping with the budget of the car, which was $0, I put truck canopy on here. There's supposed to be a molding on it, that's missing. All this stuff doesn't matter when the car looks like this, but if you start trying to make this look like anything, suddenly all that stuff matters. Feel free to disagree. You know, we're just having some fun here, and I'm not picking on anybody in particular. I just thought, if I'm going to keep getting 10 or 15 comments about how I should paint the car, I think everybody deserves an explanation why I'm not going to. Next, I think there's an assumption among people that see this car that this is the actual color of the car, but it is not. The original color, oh, that's not the right door. The original color is this here, which is, you know, whatever, it's a light metallic green or something apparently, and that's fine. So painting the car would mean, you know, you'd have to paint it back to the original color, which suddenly this stuff all becomes somewhat more problematic. This would have to be completely stripped off, because I don't think they even sanded when they painted this. And all that's fine, right? So you'd have to strip this coat of paint and that coat of paint, even just to get started. You'd have to mitigate all the rust here on the front. Doesn't really show, but you painted over that, that's going to look absolutely awful. And again, my premise here is that a cheap paint job is worse than no paint job. I'd rather have these cars with original condition than a cheap paint job. Now, a nice paint job, sure, that's great, but that's, you know, that's a full restoration. A nice paint job is basically a restoration. Not that I haven't done cheapo paint jobs. My Citroen DS wagon has a cheapo paint job on it, and no regrets there. That car needed such extensive body work that by the time I had the body work done, it was really a matter of a couple extra days to paint the car. I guess that brings me to the main point here, is that there's no such thing as just painting this car. Well, we don't have to go beyond this, right? If you see there, those little bubbles, that's all rusted out. Like if I push on that hard enough, I'm going right through it. If I leave it alone, it's good for years yet. But you see, bubble, bubble, bubble. And these cars, the wheel tub fits very close in here, very little paint on the inside. And so any amount of moisture in there has rotted out this whole area. So there, you can even see there's some moss coming there. This, you can see I could push my finger right through it. So if you want it to look like anything for more than a couple of days, you would have to reconstruct all of this here. And then there's some dents and whatever, which we could easily ignore that for the purposes of this video. But this is all very thin, perfectly serviceable for a car the way I'm using it. Let's remember that both sides are like that. This door here, you can see that same thing here. That looks perfectly fine for the purposes of driving it, but if we're gonna actually paint this car, the whole bottom of the door would have to be cut out. Same here, that is all from the inside, so you'd be putting a corner at the very least in there, and another corner here that's bubbling out there. So if you multiply that by the other side of the car as well, it doesn't take long to see that you've got 100 hours of welding just to make it into something that you could start doing body work on. At some point in the past, the car has been in a moderate to severe accident, and this fender has been changed. Funny enough, it's been changed with one that was the same color as the original paint on the car. Somebody has done some fantastic work here. And so I think the reason for all this, whatever this garbage color is that they didn't even try to match this. They just changed this fender and painted both sides of the car with this horrible, whatever this color is here. Same thing here, rusted out, all the corners, you know, serviceable for now, but you see all that. So if you're starting to paint this car, huge amount of welding and then body work and whatever. And then somebody would say, well, just paint over all that, don't worry about it, it'll still look better. Well, that's your opinion. Maybe it's just a personal thing, but this doesn't make me feel bad because I didn't do it. the old "it was like that when I got here" kind of approach. All of this mess here doesn't bother me as much as walking by this car with a really bad paint job that I did. I'd rather just have it like this. See some pretty horrifying whatever's going on there. I mean, you know, there's a little more work here, I think, than people might suspect from a quick glance at the car. So I think that's another thing to keep in mind. If it was feasible to put a 2-day splash on this and have it look decent for a reasonable amount of time, that is something I would consider, except for a few other things. Obviously, one of the most offensive parts of the car to people who don't know the car or the story or me is this odd colored door. I did it because I think it's funny, and because the original door, which I have, was missing the handle and the trim and a bunch of the guts from the inside of it. So I had a Kaiser parts car, and of course the door shells are externally similar, and so I thought it would be funny to put together a door with different upholstery and everything, as though I had stolen it from somebody else's car, and so that makes me smile, so I leave it like that. Of course, people who watch this channel enough would know that I consider to be Stella's door, and so I wouldn't get any happiness from taking her door off. And now we've got ME, and she's the 3rd generation of poodle that's ridden around in this car and gotten in through that door, and this is the car for me and my dogs, so I don't feel that my enjoyment of the car would be increased by just throwing a quick paint job over this so that it looks better on YouTube. I don't really care. To me, part of the fun of this car is just how utterly gross it looks, and I admit that. I'm not going to sit here and defend how the car looks. It looks pretty terrible. You know, I find it kind of fun, and again, I've got other cars. If I want to drive a car that looks nice, I'll just go take one of the ones that I did paint. This is not that car's job. This car's job is not to show off whether I can do body work or not. One of the reasons I did that 60 Fury project on YouTube was so that I would have, I thought, nothing to prove to the casual viewer. If anybody doubts whether I could paint the car, obviously I could. I could make this probably one of the best ones in the world if I wanted to waste my life. Not to dwell on value, but I think anybody following any amount of used car market will agree with me that these cars have almost no value at all, except as curiosities and novelties. And as such, putting a $20,000 paint job on this car will increase its value by about $1,500. So given that I have literally acres of much prettier and more valuable cars that I could paint, this one's going to stay unpainted just because of the amount of time that I need for other vehicles. And this car is, like so much of what we've done here on YouTube, almost kind of a diary, and looking at the car just reminds me of all the fun times I've had in it. And I don't throw away photos that I took because I changed my clothes or my haircut or whatever. That is a snapshot of where you were in your life at that time, and so is this car. So as long as I own the car, it's going to keep looking like this. Another good reason not to paint this car would be the amount of effort that you would have into it at that point would mean that if there were to require any substantial amount of mechanical work, that you'd kind of feel compelled to do it. Whereas right now, it's running along fine, and I'm doing, still putting on 1,000 miles a year with it. And if something catastrophic were to happen, I wouldn't feel bad just parking it here with all of its friends on the lot, and I could just carry on, or it could wait for a better engine to come along or whatever. But as long as the effort invested in the car remains very minimal, then the commitment to future endeavors on the car also stays very realistic. Not that I don't like the car. If this was my only car, it would be absolutely perfect. But when you have a whole bunch of cars, most of which I have always wanted, and funny enough, one of the cars as a kid that I saw a picture of, and I thought, boy, that's one of the ugliest cars. I would never want to own one of those. It was actually a picture of a 49 Frazer. I just thought, man, why would anybody have bought that when you could buy just about anything else that year that looked better? Frankly, if we were going to restore a Frazer product, I'd be more compelled to do that 51 Kaiser there. That's a much prettier car. It's in mechanically similar condition. Body, I think, is way better. This is an uncrashed car. The rust is minimal on it. It would need an interior and the usual mechanical work, but I just think that these are actually pretty cars, and these are not. And finally, I think if I were to paint the car, it would be just too easy to confuse it with all the other 49 Frazers, and then people wouldn't know it was me. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out today. Hope we didn't hurt anybody's feelings. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of clear the air so I don't have to answer the same questions over and over again about why I'm never painting this car, because even though it might seem like something that could be readily kind of whistled off, it's actually not that simple, and I thought everybody deserved a proper answer. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out and having a look at the old Frazer. I still love it, I'm just never going to paint it. Have a great couple of days. We'll see everybody on Saturday. Cheers. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.